Hey there, everybody. Welcome to a new NCIS Season 18 discussion, and we have all been waiting collectively for a long time now to actually get some news related to Maria Bello and her future, because it was like they reported that she was leaving. Maria never addressed it, the producers never addressed it, and it just all kind of just went out into a void for a long time.
Yeah, it's been like 2 months since this news has come out, and there has not been a whisper from production, not the cast, not Maria, not anybody. We don't really know a lot of anything, and no one's really said anything about it. So finally, there is a little bit of speaking about it, so we've got something for you.
Yeah, we'll talk about what is out there, what this means, if there's hope for something related to Gibbs and Sloane. But before we get into it, if you guys like this video, give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're going to have a lot more NCIS stuff as we near the premiere, hopefully later this year. We don't have a date yet, but if you do want to support us further, check those links to the store and also our Patreon.
Okay, so the co-showrunner, Frank Cardia, did I say his name right?
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, Frank, just in case you're watching this, because I know that you are, and if I say it wrong, I apologize. Anyways, he was talking to TV Line, and he was talking a little bit about Maria's exit and what is kind of going on. And so this is part of the quote of what he said. He said, when we're trying to figure out how to exit a character, one thing we always ask is, what does the character deserve? Now, we know that this show has killed off a lot of people, that people have left the show, and in the past, they've just gone straight to the death. And that isn't, great in some ways, because they have said in the past that it makes it, of course, more difficult when it's like, oh man, let's bring somebody back. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, everybody's dead. So, this is where they are with it. And what is something that she would deserve? And I don't think dying is what she deserves after everything that she has gone through.
This quote, I think, represents a lot of different things, but the biggest thing is a shift for thinking among the NCIS team because, Frank and Steve Binder, they haven't been the showrunners for the entirety of this run. So you think back to what happened to Kate, if you think back to Ziva, like these deaths happened long before they were running the show, and I think we've seen more recently. Yeah, I know they got rid of Reeves and they killed him off, but I think there was a heroic purpose in that.
There was. I still don't like it, though. No. But it was good, and I mean, we didn't think that Ziva was actually dead, but they did land on that for a really long time.
But luckily, I feel like with Steve and Frank in charge, come on guys, you're going to try to find a way to make it so that Sloane, maybe she has another gig out there, maybe she's finding a higher calling beyond just being on NCIS, but I don't think Sloane deserves death after everything she's been through.
No, and if I had to venture some sort of a guess, my guess was that her daughter is either pregnant or looking to be pregnant, or maybe looking to adopt, or looking to do something that has to do with a kid, and that maybe Sloane is going to go to do more with her daughter, because they have been building up that relationship with her for a while now, and we know that the daughter came to her with a little bit questions about sort of medical background. I don't want to be like Faith is sick or something like that, and her, Sloane has to take care of her. I'm hoping that it's something a little bit more positive, so that it's a positive reason that she's leaving, because it doesn't always have to be death.
I think one of the big things is that Sloane didn't really have a chance to build some sort of family or relationship with Faith, and I think maybe this could be an opportunity to sort of have that and fulfill something that she finds herself yearning at this point in her life. And I don't think anybody on the NCIS team would fault her for that at all. It's sort of like when we lost Abby. She left for a very specific, heroic purpose that I think everybody else on the team could get behind. And even though they miss her, they allow her to go off and live her life. And we can all imagine that she's okay. I want to be able to imagine that Sloane is off okay and happy.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that there isn't a way that it could have been that Sloane continues to work and help her daughter. What I'm kind of thinking is maybe her daughter is going to have to move, and then Sloane will also move.
Are you ready to take a trip down Slib Street? Though I feel like you don't need to take a trip. I feel like you're already there.
I live there. I've been waiting there with my party hat on for all this time. And my biggest question has been, are they going to have something before she leaves? Because they have absolutely been building up to this. They have alluded that there was some sort of Christmas shenanigans that maybe went on, possibly. There is something there. So could there be something that ends before she leaves? Something.
Here's what we know.
Okay.
According to what Frank said, they're going to address some ongoing wonderment. I love that he used the word wonderment, by the way. That just makes me feel ironically like Christmas. But they're going to address the ongoing wonderment about what's going on between her and Gibbs. That doesn't mean there's some secret covert relationship, but it doesn't not mean that either. It means there's something going on.
Yeah, the fact that he has said that, and they have said that in the past, sort of, we even asked them, are we going to get a little more about this relationship? This was long before it was announced that Maria was leaving, and they had said that they were going to look at stuff. It wasn't like a for sure, but it wasn't a not for sure. So they know that there's something there. And they know that they've been building something. You guys know. So it feels like they're going to address it.
I think they're going to address it. I think they need to address it. I think it benefits us greatly to see Sloane leave in a way that's satisfying for her and for Gibbs. Like, the part of this that admittedly I'm having kind of a hard time wrestling with is that we have spent these past few years building up a relationship between Sloane and Gibbs, and then if it's gone and she just sort of leaves, like, where does that leave Gibbs moving forward and everybody out there who wanted to eventually see, him have somebody that he can sort of walk off into the sunset with? Like, where do we go with him then?
This is what I'm hoping for. Of course, I was hoping that they would get together and live happily ever after. And yes, I know that in the past he has had all redheaded wives, but he's also had a blonde fiance. And I feel that Gibbs is not going to just be like, oh, she got blonde hair, so sorry for your luck, I can't love you. So I'm of one of the people that feel that he is growing, he can change, he can love a blonde, it's going to be okay. But what I think is actually where they're going to go with it is Gibbs has been sort of having little talks here and there just about being open to the idea of even entertaining a relationship at this point. Maybe Sloane has come into his life to be that person who's going to be a stepping stone for him to just open his eyes to the fact that he can have something. And not just that, but we have seen him burn a rule now. And that's part of it, right? So he's been changing, he's burnt a rule, he's bent some rules. His rules are not exactly as concrete as they used to be. So we know that he's got the rule, don't mess around with people at work. Okay, cool. Him having, even if it's just a shared kiss, just a night together, whatever it is, maybe will then continue to open up his mind a little bit more.
Here's the other thing about it. I don't want to go too crazy with this right now, but since you've got the party hat on, and since we've already got the cake, and I'm bringing over pie, like, it's gonna be a good time.
You're coming over.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I have always been on my journey to Slip Street, and now that we're gonna lose Maria, we gotta have the party before she leaves, because then otherwise, what's the point of the party anymore? Like, come on.
I just think that even for the people out there that don't enjoy the two of them together, I think that just for Gibbs and his progression as a character moving forward, that even just sharing the friendship that they've had, maybe a little bit of whatever happened at Christmas, and maybe just a kiss or a something that happens before she leaves, I think he needs that door to be opened for himself, just a crack, that he doesn't need to just be alone for the rest of his life, and just to have that moment to understand that he can have something personal if he's willing to open the door. And if Sloane can just open it up a little bit, then maybe he can move forward, and maybe there'll be something else for him in the future. He doesn't need to just be like alone all the time like Frank on Blue Bloods. You can have somebody.
And, my old former Beauty and the Geek cast member Tommy used to say, it's not goodbye, it's see you later. And the thing is that just because Maria's leaving, it doesn't mean she's gone forever. I'm not saying that, NCIS season 20, she comes back and she and Gibbs get married or anything, but I do think there's still a chance that you see her pop up here and there depending on how the story is written out, and that could give them an in to do a romance story still with Gibbs.
Because they did do something like that on The Office with Steve Carell's character, who then later Michael got together with Holly. Like, we all loved Holly, then the actress went off to do something else and the show ended with them together. Spoiler alert. So that isn't necessarily out of the realm of something that could happen down the road.
We will see. NCIS is filming now, so hopefully we'll get more details, premiere date and all of that. I'm expecting, provided nothing wrong happens along the way, it will be back in November.
Yeah, we even saw Wilmer with the shirt on that said 400.
Yeah.
Really cool looking shirts.
Yeah, we're getting there, everybody. It has been a long wait.
Yeah.
But it's not too much longer. How do you guys think that Sloane is going to exit NCIS? Do you have hope? Are you at the Slim Street party with us? Let us know in the comments, and if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, support us further, check those links to the store, our Patreon, and we'll see you here next time.